Boom! What's up, Waves Capital? It's Royce Jacob, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be talking about how the beast has awoken and our beloved Riot Blockchain has officially rebranded themselves into Riot Platforms. The classic Charmander to Charizard story. And although it's a bit sad because this is the end of an era, it's also the beginning of a new chapter. And honestly, we couldn't be kicking off this new chapter with price action any more exciting than what we've been seeing. And although price action's been extremely bullish and extremely exciting over the entirety of 2023 so far, I'm still really excited about the remainder of the month. So I do want to talk to you guys about how I see the rest of the month of January playing out for Riot in terms of price, why I'm very bullish on some price targets going into the month of February, and just where I see Riot going over the remainder of the year. Okay, so we will talk technicals, of course, but I do first want to discuss their most recent press release, which is their December 2022, I should say, production and operations update, because I read over this thing when it was first released on the 4th, and these numbers are blockbuster. And honestly, this is really what kind of kicked off the rally that we're seeing carry over up until now. Because Riot did, at one point today, I'm recording this on January 9th, we saw a 20% move up at one point today. And you guys, for real, the beast has awoken, and I'm really just pumped for not only Riot Blockchain, or Riot Platforms, good old Charizard and the team over at Riot Platforms, but for Waves Cap as well, because you guys know Riot Blockchains are OG. Riot Platforms are really got to get used to that. Riot Platforms is an OG, and today was a big one for Waves Capital. So cheers to you guys, and even if you're not part of Waves Cap, even if you're not trading with us, cheers to you if you hold Riot. This is one of the most beloved stocks, as I mentioned in the beginning, on this channel, and one we've been talking about for so long. So I really hope these green waves keep coming. Riot announces December 2022 production and operations update. Bitcoin production and operations update for December 2022. I'll actually move my fat head over here so we get a little better visual. Riot produced 659 BTC, an increase of approximately 55% as compared to December 2021 production of 425 BTC. Riot earned $4.9 million in power credits as a result of curtailment activity, equivalent to approximately 290 Bitcoin, using the December 2022 weighted average daily closing Bitcoin price of $16,967, and currently sitting above 17K, and honestly, I think 18K is coming a lot sooner than later. Okay, so not there. Riot held approximately 6,952 BTC, all produced by the company's self-mining operations. As of December 31st, 2022, Riot sold 600 BTC, generating net proceeds of approximately $10.2 million. And lastly, Riot had a fleet of 88,556 miners with a hash rate capacity of 9.7 exahash per second as of December 31st, 2022. And if you guys watched the last video we made on Riot Blockchain, where we watched that 2022 recap video, it's really crazy. Like, you see that number, 88,000 miners, and it's kind of hard to picture unless you've actually been in one of these warehouses. But go watch that last video I posted on Riot Blockchain, or just Riot Platforms, or just go to Riot Platforms YouTube channel and watch that 2022 wrap-up video, because it really puts things into perspective and makes their whole operation seem that much more impressive when you just see the quantity of miners that this company has. It's insane. So let's close it out with a few statements from Jason Les, their CEO, and I quote: "Riot achieved a number of key milestones during the month of December," said Jason Les. "We successfully deployed an additional 16,128 S19 series miners, bringing our hash rate capacity to a new all-time high of 9.7 exahashes. Additionally, and as previously indicated in our last monthly production update, we transitioned to a new mining pool in early December based on our expanded hash rate capacity, and while predominantly operating in our new mining pool, Riot achieved a new record of 659 Bitcoin produced this past month." And of course, you guys, if you want to read the rest of this, if you want to take a look at this, you can see it right here. But Again, this facility is so damn impressive. Go watch that video for real if you haven't yet. Yeah, just go check out the entirety of this article. If you're an investor in Riot, I read through the whole thing, but I felt this is all, for the purposes of this video, this was all that was necessary to cover. But I definitely encourage you guys, if you're a holder of Riot, if you're a trader of Riot, if you're just a Riot bull like I am, go read this, you guys, because it really does reinforce some of the opinions that we've always had. And over the past year, it's been easy to lose sight and take your eyes off the prize, I'll say. Kind of lose sight of the long-term vision when the price just is in a perpetual free fall. But that's why, you guys, I'm so pumped on how this year's gone so far. This is such a good update. That video we watched about a week ago was amazing. And the price action reflects some of that fundamental optimism that we've been blessed with over the course of the year so far. So I'm pumped to see where 2023 takes us. Just to keep it simple, I will say that I think Riot Blockchain will almost 100%, I can say with almost 100% certainty, that at the end of this year, Riot will be back above double digits, so above $10, which would lead to, of course, over a 2x from here. So just holding stock right now, I think, is an amazing play. Personally, I hold stock, money where my mouth is, but I am bullish on the short term. We did just see a breakout, and for full transparency, I do have some shorter term call options that absolutely printed today. So cheers to you guys if you were on board with me on those calls. But I do think that, again, although price action has been so impressive over the past few sessions, I think the rest of the month of January is going to be amazing. Okay, so a break of resistance. Riot, as of today, was able to close a 4-hour candle above this line of resistance, absolute resistance, that it's been under since August 11th of 2022. Okay, so for months and months, Riot has been stuck under this line of resistance, and this is actually the absolute line of resistance. I said this in today's newsletters. Bouncing all over the place in today's newsletter. So this is conservative resistance, this green line right here. So this green line is conservative resistance, and this cyan line is absolute resistance. The reason for that being, and these are the lines of resistance I typically trade on. So I typically would trade on this green line of resistance. And that is because this blue line right here is only based on a single candle wick, especially a 4-hour candle wick at that. So I never like using singular candle wicks like that. This is just a little TA 101, and this is something that I've adopted over the years. Although it does come into play a lot, especially with some of these more volatile assets. These singular candle wicks, when you're talking about points of resistance and creating lines of resistance on your charts, do come into play. But personally, I feel it's safer, it's more reliable, and honestly, it's more responsible as a trader to trade on multiple touch points to create your line of resistance. But regardless, we did still close a 4-hour candle, as you can see right here, above overall resistance, above this absolute line of resistance. And although we didn't close a daily candle above that line of resistance, I'm still extremely bullish because we did break above it. And when it comes to these this isn't super long term. I would say this is it's longer term, but it's more medium term when you're talking about the macro picture. When you're talking about medium term trends, personally, I want to see a 4-hour closure. Again, a daily candle closure would have been a little better above this line of resistance. But a 4-hour closure is still amazing, and I do think more upside is ahead. So we did see a little pullback, come down, retesting this previous resistance as new support a little bit. And you guys, all things considered, we've been talking a lot about the macro. We got the CPI print coming out this Thursday. I'm bullish on it. I think this will bring relief to the markets, and I think this news will favor the bulls. But I don't want to get into that right now. You can just go watch some of the recent videos. To sum it up, I think the fundamentals fall in favor of the bulls. I think the technicals fall in favor of the bulls. And I think Riot is riding so much momentum right now that it would truly surprise me if we didn't see a second wave hit. Again, maybe we go slightly down over the next day or so, maybe even sideways, but I do think that second wave is coming. And personally, I do have a target range, as you can see right here, of $7.70 to $8.10. The reason for that being, the low end of this range, around $7.74, is going to be just, a historical ceiling over the course of this downtrend that we've been in since August. You can see that this was a massive gap over here back in mid-August that was filled, like 3 times over here. So you got one touch point right here, a bunch of tests right here, but rejections right off that point around 775. So I do think that Riot, now that we've broken out of this resistance, will make its way at least up to 775. I do expect a bit of a rejection from that region, but again, considering this company is displaying extremely impressive growth, considering the stock has gotten so overly beaten down and there's probably some short squeezing going on, considering I'm bullish on the greater equity markets in Bitcoin, I do think that ultimately we can make our way back up. And in all honesty, I think that at some point come the spring, because I do think Bitcoin can break back above 20K. I do think that some point come spring, I will say that by this summer, I'm confident that Riot will retest the previous low that we saw back in January of 2022 here, that it has not yet retested. So the previous macro cycle low of around 12 to 12.50, call it $13. I think Riot can make its way up to $13 come the springtime, and of course that would lead to that'd be nearly a 3x from current levels. Okay, and of course, you guys, common shares are great, especially in this volatile market. Options can be a little dicey, but at the same time, Waves Cap, our options over 2x today, well over 2x today, and we've been holding these for about a week now. These calls, I think we're up like 450% on our Riot calls right now, and I could not be more pumped. So, you guys, of course, if you want to trade along with me, if you want to trade with the Waves Capital portfolio, then that link is going to be the first one down below, along with a complete breakdown of my personal portfolio. You do also receive the newsletters that I write every single day. If you don't want to wait for a Riot video, I cover Riot literally every day in the newsletter. And, I can't cover it much more than that, but considering we're seeing such exciting price action, I'm absolutely going to be covering it every day and be excited to cover it every day. So if you want the daily newsletters, if you want to know how I'm personally trading my own portfolio on a day-to-day basis, all call options, all put options, and all stock positions, of course, and cryptos, that's going to be the first link down below. Once again, $15 a month, $40 every 3 months. You can try it free for 7 days, and if you don't like it, you can just bail out. But I trust you guys will be sticking around, and I'm so pumped on what's to come over the coming month, because I think the January effect is only beginning, and I'm just thankful that the Waves Capital portfolio is prepared for it. So again, I look forward to seeing you guys in Waves Cap, and let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about Riot right now. Were you loaded up with call options like I was on Riot going into today? And where do you think Riot's going to be by February 1st? Let me know that. February 1st price target for Riot. What's yours? I'll say mine's $8. Okay? So I appreciate you guys watching. And as always, until next time, take action, make waves. Peace, team.